Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back. It is time for a brand new transfer talk video. It is the 7th of July, people. It is D-Day for Daniel Farke. The bulk of the squad need to be in by today. First day of preseason. That hasn't happened, but are we making moves to get there? We're going to get into it in this video. And first of all, Gabriel Gudmundsson, Graham Smith reported this a couple of days ago now, that the deal is close for the Lille left back. Understand he could arrive in England tomorrow, which would have been the 6th. As talks continue, Leeds saying nothing on it right now. There were conflicting reports saying that a deal wasn't close, but if we are to go by this information, then that should be imminent, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll come back and talk about it live when it is done, but that is the latest update in regards to Gabriel Gudmundsson. But what I want to make clear as well, because I did a video previously about Mitrovic coming in, please watch that one. It's not about the cost of players, people, because Crystal Palace are also signing another left back to give Tyreek Mitchell a bit of competition, and that's Borna Sosa of Ajax. And this is the cost for it, 2 million. I think it's around a 4 million euro deal in total, but the fee is 2 million pounds. I would have been delighted with this one. So again, it's not about cost for me, it's about the quality of the player. And at this point in time, we need to recruit, as I've always said, to finish 12th, but hope that you finish 17th, because if you've recruited to finish 17th, you're going to get relegated. And that's what we're seeing so far with some of the links, but maybe we will be going big, and we'll get into that in this video as well. You got to go big in certain areas just to make yourself have that little bit of extra quality ahead of teams around you, where they say, how did you get that player? And that's what I've been consistent with. And at this point in time, out of the 3, we've got 1, I feel, in Biol, but we need more of those. Could Franck Honorat be that person? Franck Honorat, who's he's predominantly a right winger, is another one that's been linked with us. Plays for Gladbach out in Germany. 28 years old, non-international, so he hasn't got any international caps. But it said in this report 2 more clubs joined the race to sign. Leeds United and Nice target Franck Honorat, and those 2 clubs are Rennes and Valencia. Very, very pacey winger. He is basically more like a skillful Dan James. Like, he's got a bit about him. He can nutmeg a player and everything else like that, but he is like a direct creator, right-footed. So we would be staying on that path of having just purely right-footed wingers, but he is more of a provider than anything. The only thing is, when you look under the hood, and it's one of those where I can already hear people groaning right now, is he only played 19 games last year. And why is that, Cage? Well, he had a bit of a troubled injury record last season. If you look at 24-25, he had a calf injury, hairline cracking foot, which I'll talk about in a bit, and back problems as well. So he missed a total of 104 days. It's almost like, we've got to have a player that's got a little bit of a checkered injury history, just so I can fix you. I can fix you, I promise. But yeah, the hairline cracking foot was a problem. A troublesome one, I should say, where it looked like it was healed, but then he would be out for a bit longer. So obviously they would have to, if they do get a medical for this player, get that checked. But yeah, he is another one that is being linked, and the fee is I believe to be around 11 million. So again, you're talking about someone that would be fairly cheap, which leads me to believe that we should be going in for a Mitrovic type of striker to put that real explosive bit on the game. I mean, even Ivan Toney. Someone said Ivan Toney. I would do that. Bring a deal back to bring Ivan Toney for a year. World Cup year, maybe he'd come back to England for a year. But he seems to be pretty happy out in Saudi, in all fairness. But I get the sentiment behind it. Big striker who could be available. Yeah, bring him in. But that's where we get with Vanja Milinković-Savić, who we've been linked with previously. Well, Damasio updated us last night, saying that inquiries have been made by Leeds United. Info Milinković-Savić. The goalkeeper has a clause of 90 million euros for Italy and 90 million pounds, about 21 million euros for abroad. And maybe that is where we're going to go big in terms of a signing. And I've already said 2 of the positions that you can't scrimp and save on in terms of quality. It's not about the cost, it's about the quality of the player, is goalkeeper and striker. And maybe this is where a large portion of it's going to go in Vanja Milinković-Savić, because 19 million pounds is pretty high for a goalkeeper. But this guy can do it all. And listen, there was a clip going around yesterday of him taking a free kick a few years ago. Maybe he'd be our set piece taker as well. Maybe he'd take the direct free kicks. But this would be one. I swear I'd be more than happy with Vanja Milinković-Savić. He's a top goalkeeper. but the time for talk has stopped. Inquiries made. Get a deal done. You know, if you're that interested in a goalkeeper, if you believe they can be that difference maker, and you know the price is going to be around £20 million, get the deal done, because you can't afford to leave it to chance in the goalkeeping area. We're going to be busy at this point in time. We're going to be busy with the makeup of the squad as it is right now in order to keep shots out. He helps you with that. You know, dubious penalty decisions that will obviously go against us, he can help with that. He's a very, very good penalty saver. And that's just where I am right now on the 7th of July, people. It's for me, it's about getting in quality players. I've already made my case clear. It's not about the cost, it's about the quality of the player, because we need to be aiming to finish above that. Look, I showed you Crystal Palace. They're a team that I just feel will be 12th anyway. I know they're going to possibly be in Europe this year. But you know what to expect from Palace. But you see what they're signing for competition for Tyreek Mitchell. Borna Sosa coming in for me would be an outright starter. So that's what we're up against. You know, it's not just Sunderland, it's not just Burnley that we're looking at. You have to look at other teams and go, how does this team match up against this one over the course of the season? And when you're seeing Palace signing Borna Sosa as a squad player, it shows you what we're up against. So we're going to need to uplift the quality in areas at some point. Maybe the Honorat, maybe there's no, Anton Stach, or shall I say Stark. Let me just get this up as well as I'm doing this recorded. Not very good. But the latest reports out of Hoffenheim in regards to Stack is that there is going to be strong competition for his signature. We are not the only team in for him. Reportedly, Frankfurt might be in there, and we know Frankfurt have got Champions League football, and also with that as well, he could just want to stay in Germany. Saw with Burkhardt, I know a couple of you mentioned Burkhardt, but I said in a video where I mentioned his name, I get the feeling that Burkhardt will want to stay in Germany, and he did. I think he stayed in Germany. I think he's actually signed for Frankfurt. But Anton Stach, who we've been linked with, there is going to be competition for his signature, and there will be. Of course, there will be. He's a good player. So, we're not going to have a clear run at him. And if a German club comes in for him and pays the fee, I do get the feeling he might want to stay there. Not going to lie, maybe we don't have what he's looking for at this football club for him to entice him over ahead of a German club. We shall see. But just giving an update on Stack, that there are other clubs that will be vying for his signature this summer. So Leeds have it all to do. Look, it's the 7th today. Preseason trainings resume. We shall see if the Gudmundsson deal gets done today or tomorrow, but whenever it does, we'll go live. So hit the notification bell so you know when I've gone live, and we'll talk it through in real time then. But that is it for the update for this video. Please drop your thoughts in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and feelings as we sit here on the 7th of July, and anything discussed and anything you want to bring up. And I'll see you in the next one, people. Like the video as well. It's free to do, helps out the channel immensely. Big up to Mr. P for the super thanks on the last video. See you in the next one. Peace out.